Alright guys, we're back at it again, and this time I got a review for Him.
This is rewarding, so learn to enjoy it.
Get your shit together!
Activate my hip.
Cam, are you okay?
I think something's off.
Do you know what you're getting yourself into?
Now we playing some football!
Alright guys, yes, I saw the new movie Him, starring Marlon Wayans and Tyriq Withers. This follows Tyriq Withers' character Cameron Cade as he is trying to be the next great QB. He gets invited to this camp by Marlon Wayans' character Isaiah White, who is the quarterback. He has won like 8 championships or something of that nature, and he invites Cameron Cade to this what is supposed to be some kind of camp to get Cameron Cade's image up, essentially, and shit starts to ensue, and a bunch of crazy stuff happens, and so on and so forth. But as far as this movie goes, I went in, I was really excited for this movie. I saw the trailers, I was like, this movie has a lot of interesting things it can tackle, and like combined with the horror side of things, and like it's Jordan Peele's Jordan Peele's production company, and I was like, this could be really, I feel like there's a lot you could do here. And oh boy, yeah, not great. This is definitely not one of the better movies I've seen this year. I'll start with the positives before I get into the negatives. Obviously, this movie, I think the performances are fine. I think Marlon Wayans does a decent job. I think he has some strong moments in this movie. I think Tyriq Withers, who plays Cameron Cade, I think he's really good in this movie. He's someone that I've seen pop up more and more, obviously, as I Know You Did last summer. Unfortunately for him, he's been in 2 bad movies in a row, but I think he's done solid performances for the most part. Like I said, the performances are decent. Julia Fox is also in this. She plays Isaiah White's wife. I don't necessarily. I think for what they're going for, she plays this crazy persona. I think it's fine. But I did like Jim Jeffries in this movie. He had a couple decent laughs, but the comedy through and through doesn't really work in most parts. But it was fine. I also think they got their message across in this film very well. At least they were beating you over the head with it. The point of this movie is like athletes that are these star players and the shit that they get into, and expectations, and the women that are thrown at them, and the drugs that are thrown at them, and like everything they have to deal with, how they have to support their families, and then Marlon Wayans' character's Isaiah, and his like how he has to deal with him being replaced. Like they do a really good job of pushing that, and like just the expectations of an athlete. And once you sign that contract, what you're signing over for that organization, and the owners are almost made to look like the devil in this movie, which NFL owners aren't great, to be fair, but owners in general, for the most part, aren't great. But with that being said, like I said, it does do a good job of that. And style-wise, there is some cool style stuff going on in this movie. I would say style is really the biggest issue with this film, but there's some moments I thought that were cool. But that kind of ends with the positives. I know I mentioned it being bad. It's not necessarily a good movie. It's not the worst movie I've seen of this year, but we'll get into that as we go into the negatives. This movie definitely shows style over story. There's not much of a story in this movie. It's only an hour and a half, which is kind of crazy. Going in, I was like, God, an hour and a half. That's, for the movie you're going for, it seems short, but we'll see, if they're able to get it done, they're able to get it done. But man, this movie chooses style over story. I don't want to say style over substance, because I think there is some substance in there, but the lack of story is crazy. The dialogue's not great at times. There's some really cringy dialogue. and even like some of the style kind of gets it's very much in your face at times. Jarring would be the word I would use. Very jarring at times, which is unfortunate because I feel like there was something good here, and just it's like, let's throw this at you, let's throw that at you, this and that and that, and colors, and and vibrant stuff just happening everywhere. Let's just like keep throwing random ass shit at you. Weird characters that I don't really understand. Weird, like, it's just like non-stop. Like, I'm like, what is even going on in this movie? The last 20 minutes really just go off of the road. Like, I was at least somewhat vested and then, or interested, and then the last 20 minutes just like really punch you in the face. There's just a lot of stuff that I'm just like, what is going on? Like, I was kind of waiting for it to be over, and it was like, it's an hour and a half, but it felt like it started to drag, which is crazy. So yeah, I mean, unfortunately, this movie just is not very good. I don't know if I would say it's one of the worst of the year. I know it's getting killed. But it's definitely... I don't know if I would say it's one of the worst of the year, but it's definitely... It's going to be in a lot of the worst of the years, for sure, for a lot of people. I thought there was something interesting there, and it just felt like it chose style over really going into the story. Granted, I think it got the point across of what it was going for, but I just felt like the story really suffered, and God, this movie really is jarring at times. It really is, and that's unfortunate. You know, it is what it is. I'm not the director's Justin Tipping, I believe. I'm not really familiar with anything else he's done. I don't think he really has done much else besides this as far as notoriety goes.
So somehow forgot to grade it, but probably because I didn't really like this movie. But I think grade wise, I don't know if I'll give it an F, because I don't think it's an awful movie, but it's not very good. I'll go D plus, I guess, is where I'll lean on. But yeah, movie should have been a lot better.
But yeah, that's the review for him. What did you think of it? Let me know down in the comments section. Were you a fan? Were you more on my side? What did you think of the performances? I have reviews coming up with the new Strangers movie, and as well as One Battle After Another, the new Leo movie, Paul Thomas Anderson. I'm very excited for that movie. I think that has to be a contender for movie of the year. So we'll see what happens, and as always, guys, I'll see you next time.